Hello everybody, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster. This will be uploaded on Tilted Guardian's channel. I'd like to thank him for allowing me to put this video up here, get my name out a little bit more. I also have a video of his uploaded on mine, so feel free to check it out. For those of y'all who don't know who I am, I do basically everything everyone else does: discussion videos, deck specials, duel videos. You know, standard stuff. So if you'd like to check out my channel, please come over and check. And if you'd like to subscribe, hey, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. I'm always looking for ways to improve my content. So, with that said, let's get on with this video, which is going to be a deck special. And if you can't tell by the backgrounds, it's involving our favorite friends, the Monarchs. This deck focuses on anti-meta control and, of course, good old-fashioned tribute summoning. So, if you like, you know what to do. Let's get on with the deck, shall we? Okay, we're going to start off the deck with, as you can tell from my outer look, we're going to start off by saying this is a Frognarch deck. And the reason why I went with Frog Monarchs is because it makes traps kind of dead. Your opponent's trap stuns and wiretaps, they all just kind of, they're done. They're dead draws for them. And it also allows for continuous looping with the tribute summoning. I feel that it's one of the best ways to tribute constantly, and I feel the other ones, if you don't get the right cards, you're not actually going to be able to tribute out as much as you want. And chances are the shit you tribute out, it's not going to stay for long. It's going to come on the field, do what it needs to do, and then get the fuck off, because your opponent's going to find a way to take it out more times than not. The concept of the deck is to make your opponent lose so many cards in the process of taking out your 1 to 2 cards that you overwhelm them with the sheer fact that you have more advantage than they do. So, yeah, you can't really, you're mostly going to be doing a 1-for-1 concept here. Maybe 2-for-1 or 3-for-1, but most of the time 1-for-1. And you got to expect it's not going to stay on the field very long. So therefore, Treeborn always gives you something to fall back on. Let's start with the deck. We're going to start off with Blackluster Soldier. If you can run him, you should be running him. You run a total of 5 lights and God knows a lot of darks. Even though Battle Fader will probably never hit the graveyard, you still have the option to, if you exceed with him, it might though, you still have the option to have a Dark and Light in the grave pretty easily for Blackluster Soldier to come on board and just bitch slap his way to victory. The probably soul of the deck, I would say, would be Light and Darkness Dragon. This card is in here basically to make your opponent waste resources. They're going to have to use 1 to 2 cards to get him off the field. This right here, or more, 1 to 2 or more cards, sorry, that to take him off the field. And then the second he dies, he replenishes himself by grabbing something from the grave. So then you come back and there are 2-3 cards less. This card's actually fairly easy to summon out in this deck, and it makes your opponent have to work really hard to get him off. You have 2 Mega Mobiuses. Mobius is simple, straightforward, back row hate. And an extra tribute fodder, plus, or an extra double tribute fodder, I should say. Plus, his effect that prevents them from activating is going to be used more times than not since Treeborn's water. And you only have to have 1 of the tribute materials as water. Only tribute him out if you can tribute Treeborn as one of the materials. Otherwise, his effect's kind of pointless if they can chain it. Due to the new ban list, you're going to be running 2 Gorzes because you're going to lose a lot of field advantage, and Gorz is just that damn fucking good. He's going to get you the pluses that you need to get. Plus a 2700 attacking free monster. Always nice. The heart of the deck. Damn straight. Lad might be the soul, but this is the heart. Vanity's Fiend. I run 3 of this fucker. You get him on the field, and he just stops every deck. Stellar Knight, Shadal's, Burning Abyss, even other decks like Murmels and Girgia. No. shuts them all down. Your opponent's sitting there with his finger up his ass, not sure how to get past it if he doesn't have the right card effects. Since it's a continuous effect and it's normal summoned, cards like Trap Tricks Nightmare and Black Horn are fucking useless. And this card shuts down everything. So you want to get it as quick as possible. You got your standard Monarch tributes, Chaos for removal and burn, and Raza for spinning aspect. Plus they're both 24 bodies, allow you to do some serious damage. For your Frog engine, you're running a simple Swamp Frog. You can replace with Mathematician if you wish, but I just prefer Swamp Frog. He can be special summoned in dire situations, which come in handy, though Mathematician can give you a +1 in the draw factor. And it, of course, gets your Treeborn to the grave. Some people run 3. I find 3 too cloggy, so I run 2. Treeborn's just your never-ending loop. I mean, self-explanatory. You can use him with an enemy controller, or you can just tribute him. He's there to get your shit from your hand onto the field. Of course, you run Battle Fader as your backup battle trap. Stops the attack, gives you a monster to tribute for that Light and Darkness or Mobius. And then you got Effect Veiler. You could, I guess, run traps, but I don't. So it's my backup to Breakthrough skill, plus, in a pinch, can be used as a tuner as well. Since I don't really run any traps and I have plenty of ways to inflict damage, I run 3 Upstart Goblins for the draw power. Them gaining life points don't really scare me that much. And 2 Pot of Dualities early on, or if I got a good field presence, me not being able to special summon Treeborn for the turn or Exceed for the turn is like whatever. I can get to that Treeborn a little quicker, or get to that Light and Darkness Dragon and then summon it out and be like, fuck you! So, it's worth it. 2 Mystical Space for back row hate. I want to avoid walking into a Bottomless or a Solemn Warning if I can. Those are really the only problematic cards in my opinion. You got 2 Monarch Stormfront. Do I really need to explain? This card just gets free shit on the field. And basically the backup enemy controller with Treeborn. You got the whole loop, still there's shit. You know the whole concept. Monarch players at least do. For the Exceeds of the deck, we got 1 Slacker Magician just in case we get a bad hand. Barely happens, but at times it does. This card will let you stall for a little bit till you get the card you need. 2 Dullahands, Battle Fader and Treeborn will go into this actually quite a bit because he is a beat stick in his own right thanks to his effect of having the attack of the monster on the field during either player's turn. 2 Gauntlet Launchers for removal. 1 Swordbreaker. A lot of people hate this card, but personally, if you're going against something like Bujins, declare Beast Warrior, they're Cranes, they're honest, don't do shit. Cards that have the way to boost themselves up by type or have effects if they're a certain type of monster, doesn't do anything. You call that monster type and bam, just run over their shit. 2 Photon Strike Bouncers for effect control and a 27 body, and 1 Constellar Polymer M7 because getting shit back from the grave is always nice. For your synchros, we got 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern for mid to late game duels. He becomes a good, I've gotten him up to like 10,000 attack before, and it's like, fuck with me. One hit OTK right there. Black Rose, in case the field gets a little overwhelming. Stardust Spark, you're going to do this with Treeborn and Effect Veiler. And probably either Raza or Chaos, because that's really the way you're going to go. Destruction Protection, Thought Ruler for life point and targeting protection. Scrap Dragon because Treeborn's a once per turn free pop. And Crimson Blader for decks that special summon level 5 or higher. That's my deck. If you like, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And please check out my channel. And yet again, Celtic Guardian, I thank you. And until next time, peace out, rock on.